Hi everyone. Well, first time I had to do a pseudo dry run of a video because there is too much I want to cramp into this video. So let's get started. I'm sorry for the mess. The goal is uh, what I wanted to test today and I wanted to present and wanted to mention and be done in one video. So anyhow, here is the original uh, platform I use to put all my living hobby things. Uh, Today I will be talking. Let me start with this. So let it get out of the way. So I mentioned that I wanted to test. Well, not here, but in a Facebook Sea Monkeys forum and in a Reddit Sea Monkeys forum, that I wanted to test the salinity because today the last of the aquariums that started of the 4 aquariums, the last one reached 1 year today. So anyhow, this is what I used. Looks to be working quite fine. I saw interesting numbers and I reported them in the forums in Facebook and in Reddit. Okay. What else? Okay, so I did mention here in other videos that I was interested in setting up a air pump with air stones with a bleeding valve. But before we get there, you might see the other things here. This is the BioOrb and the BioGlow. I'm still doing some testings because I need to be able to video them in low light, and so I'm getting there, but still working. So that is a separate video. So that explained all the stuff in that corner. Okay. Uh, what else? Okay. So anyhow, I wanted to have at least 3 stones at the same time because as I have said in my other videos, I didn't want to go using the pipette like this to push water, and on the recommendations looks like for each one every day I should be pushing air 50 times and say no thank you, time to go to technology. Okay, so I found okay, first of all, before I did the split and the bleed valve, I had only 1 stone and 1 tube. I thought that the pressure was too much. Even that little pump down there, oh, come on. There you go. Sorry. That little round thing is the smallest pump I could get, but at that time I only had 1 stone, air stone. And always, if you have a air pump in water, especially salt water, you want to put a check valve. So I had this check valve in here, so the water will not run back to the pump. So I thought I had to get 4 check valves, but I found in the aquarium that they had this little thing that, let me see, there you go. So it's a 4 splitter with a check valve integrated. So I only had as you see connected over there, I only have 1 check valve. So I did not need to buy 4. And I got the bad view, but I got the 4 things, and I will explain the setup in a moment. And sorry for the mess, but my idea is not to make it pretty, it's to make it work. Proof of concept, as we say. Okay, so what else? And of course, you need tube. I got a bunch of tube, and what I did is the longest one I put it in 4 equal segments. I cut them, and that is the. But I found that the first one it was too long, because the first one is to do a silencier. Sorry, bad word for me, difficult to pronounce, but that's why I had this leader here. Is if you leave it without the tube, it makes noise. That is the bleed valve. So putting a tube on it helps to quiet it down. Okay, so time is running. Oh yes, 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 yes. So I got four stones, like this one, are stones. And let me see if I can set it up. Anything else I need to mention before I adjust the camera? No, I think that's all. Okay, so I put on the 3 tubes. I set one as an bleed valve. For the started, I started with all of them one of them open, 3 of them closed, including the bleed valve. So, and also the opening and close, imagine that you want the screw to go down to close, up to open. So if you just use right hand, you know where you need to turn it to open and which direction to turn it to close it. Okay, so that's done. So I already did all the setup. I then with the bleed valve closed, I tune so they will be at the maximum. How I will be the 3 of them bubbling up, and then that is the maximum level of bubble that I was going to have between of these 3 earth stones, and then from that point on I can control with the 4th one. So right now I believe, let me check. Yeah, tuk, tuk, tuk. Close, open. Yep. Oops, sorry, it was supposed to. Okay, so this is completely closed. I don't touch this because I already tuned those 3 to the level that I wanted. So you will see, let me see how I can do this. Come on. I want all of them in the view. Well, I will show you each one individually, but I want to see as I progress. First, I need to turn it on. It doesn't have a switch, but I have a switch over there, so I'm gonna press it. And as you can see, oh, something did not go right. 2 are bubbling. Oh, there we go. It took some time. That's another concern. I think that the lines might be too long. So, of course, being such small air pump, I'm not sure how much pressure it's doing, but it's definitely better than just opening and closing one valve, because that put extra pressure on the air pump, so you do not want to do that. So that is the maximum, and this is much better than when it was only only one line. And actually, I will leave it like that because it's perfect. Of course, these 3 aquariums, the water has not been changed in over a year. Actually, what I was going to mention, this in the middle is the asteroid of the Astro Aqua Dragons. If today is July 21st to 2020, that aquarium and multiple generations and the water has today 1 year because I got it on July 21st of 2019. So I have been talking about, oh, time is running out. Okay, anyhow. So this is how to use a splitter with a check valve and a bleed valve to control the airflow. Right now, you could adjust it, I could adjust it, these three if I want more or less, but the thing is, you adjust one in affect the other two because they are shared. But when they are at the level that you want, then you go to the bleed valve and start opening it, and you will see what happens with the bubbles. Yeah, it's supposed to open this way. So that is the way I'm turning. There we go. And not much. You don't need not much. It's just a bit, and it's enough. As you can see, it's not making much noise, so this is enough to make it a good silencer. And you see that the flow, actually, I would like in the middle to be less, so there we go. Of course, if I do less in the middle, the other two get a little more. So that is the thing. You can do fine tuning of the three, and when you are happy with the three, then you can go to the bleed valve and open it or close it at the level that you want. And there you go. As I said, I'm not making it pretty, I'm making it that it works. I will arrange it now that I have done it. And so actually, in theory, I could leave it and then simply turn off and on the pump. And also I have two other aquariums, so I will be moving those also to over there. Oh, I may get a second pump and another setup and have it at the other side, but it's fine. And also, yes, you see a lot of foam. That is normal. This is water that has a lot of component. I have cleaned it. I cleaned it in May 4th. That is what you have over here, what I named the gunk receptacle, but that is a video for another day because from there are coming most of the babies, and I will not go into the details right now, but it's the best way I have gotten to produce future generations, because for some reason after a while the older the aquariums, more difficult is to generate valid redundancy, new generations of branch shrimps. So, but as you see, let me put it here so you can see the flow, and kind of the flow. And so what I was saying is, with the algae and the salt, that not so much. Actually, I'm surprised that it's so foamy in the aqua dragons, because they do not add a salt with the food. Meanwhile, sea monkeys do. Anyhow, I presume maybe it's the factor of the algae that have grown helped to create more foam, and of course the salt also creates that. So anyhow, it's normal to get a foam, so that's why you might want to reduce the intensity. I don't know, this is the first time doing this, so I don't have good advice about this. And but there we go. 3 stones, 1 small pump, and 1 bleed valve, working like a charm, at least working as I wanted. Okay, until the next video, everyone.